Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and it is Monday, so you're going to get your Brooklyn weekly market update. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply. It looks like it's taking a little bit of a dip. Show me that chart.
Yeah, a little bit of it, about 2% or so. We are migrating to a new revenue feed, so there could be a little bit of a fluctuation there. But generally speaking, supply in Brooklyn not doing much, but basically essentially going sideways still, Noah.
Yeah, it just seems low to me, 2388, but we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the listing season, Johnny. Let's go to Brooklyn demand, pending sales, 2805. Show me that chart.
Well, like most things in Brooklyn, this is just unstoppable. Another week up, 2805. It's 2% higher than the week before. So again, whatever those issues might be, Brooklyn pending sales are just on their way back up.
Yeah, and I mean, I just look at the market pulse. That's what I do. I mean, just to tell you guys a little bit of the little secret sauce over here, I look at that market pulse, and if it's over 1, I know that the market is definitely going to be leveraged towards the sell side, and it's at 1.17 right now. So it looks like it's going to be ticking back up. That's not something buyers want to see. That is something sellers enjoy. I don't know how much price action they're going to get, but that's what's telling you what's happening with the leverage in the real-time market. Johnny, let's go into the weekly, see what's going on over there. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply, 229 things. Show me that chart.
Yeah, that's a bit of a drop from last week, roughly 6.5%. So it's not, in percentage wise, that seems like a lot. It's really only like 20, 30 units or so. So that's a little bit of a confirmation in terms of the supply being lower. Really, honestly, no, that's not what you want to see in Brooklyn. You want to see supply increasing here, and we're getting confirmation that it's sort of going sideways to down at this point.
Yeah, and that's probably why that market pulse in Brooklyn is starting to tick up a little bit, is that supply is not going up as much as we all hoped. And meanwhile, we look at contracts signed, and that is ticking up, just like you said, Johnny, 190. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 190, that's up another 2.5% or so from last week. And that's exactly why you want to see supply tick up on a weekly basis, because there are buyers signing contracts left and right in Brooklyn. And you got to feed that beast, Noah. And if you're not feeding that beast, it's going to start getting a little wacky. So pending sales, contract signs on the way back up in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and you know what? You look at the 1 month right over here, and you add these all together, and we're still at a net deficit in terms of supply. We want to see that number of supply over contract signed and off markets in total. Not there yet, Johnny. Hopefully another couple of weeks we'll get there. But you know what? This is what it is. It's been this world for a while. Let's move on to the chart du jour. You like to look at the Brooklyn rents. We looked at Manhattan rents. Now let's look at Brooklyn rents. It looks like it's doing very similar things. Inventory is just way down. Look at this. And meanwhile, I don't know if I'm reading this right here, Johnny, but Brooklyn rents are ticking up, and it's breaking out of that channel. Looks like it's getting near records. Well, not records, but near recent highs.
Yeah, and I think you've summed it up nicely, which is like you have supply sort of at way low levels, and you've got a long-term trend in Brooklyn, which, yes, the rents came down in Brooklyn during the pandemic. They kind of came back up, and now they're actually starting to break out of that trend. Last time they broke out of that trend, Noah, was sort of right around peak times, right? May, June, July, back in 20. So yes, it was COVID times. It was a little bit of a wacky situation, but those rents ticked up above that trend, came right back down. But now we're starting to see that trend line being broken in the dead of winter. So it doesn't necessarily bode well for summer rents. It looks like rents are on their way higher in Brooklyn.
It's the same story, right, John? It's the same story for Manhattan that is Brooklyn. And I mean, you know what? This April 2020 print, this is really probably a reflection of pre-COVID times. Obviously, you know, this is more of a reflection of what COVID really was and the impact on the rental market right over here. So we're now surpassing the pre-COVID times, and we're heading. The trend is up. And I don't see anything in leasing activity that's going to give me any impression that inventory or availability or options are going to increase anytime soon. If I did, this would be ticking higher. I expect it to go higher because usually the midsummer is when the peaks are for the rental market. So we're going to keep reporting on this, we're going to keep telling you about it, but we're just not seeing it yet. It's early, yes, but that's what we need to see. Johnny, thank you so much for pulling up all this data. It's really good stuff. That is John Walkup. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are both from UrbanDigs. Don't forget, you guys got questions, we got answers. Just go to our forum right down over here. If you want to see any of the reports we discussed today, just go right over here. Other than that, this has been your Brooklyn Weekly Market Update. We'll catch you next time.